So I think we're all underneath the impression that this character is broken as shit, right? Because we just tried his combat, and he had DPS, he had shields, and he had heals. Which, the last character that had heals was Shorekeeper, and she was beyond fucking broken. So, is the impression that this is one of the newest, best characters in the game? Because if they would have shown that he can heal and shield in the 2.1 live stream, I'm pretty sure people will be losing their fucking mind right now. He's Jian Xin on steroids. DPS kind of meh. He's hard to build though. He pairs with Chang Li, probably good for quick swap. Nah, he's a brick. I'd say not as good healer as SK. Hardest character to build. Why is he so hard to build? Why? What's the problem? Maybe it's just for Chang Li. Very hard. Not sure. I don't think he's going to be Shorekeeper level. He's mid. You'll need perfect echoes for him. 280 ER. So either this guy is going to be busted or bricked. That's a great title for this video. Brant, busted or bricked. That'd be nice. You only need 250 ER minimum. I feel like that's not even that hard to get. Is the reason why he's going to be hard to build is because you need ER and attack and crit rate and crit damage? You need a shit ton of ER to cap his attack from ER. So he just needs everything. So you legitimately just need fucking everything. You need ER, crit rate, crit damage, every piece. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, okay, so is the impression that if you have a bad Brant, he's bad? If you have a good Brant, he's a god? Well, it gives you 8% crit rate just from the traces, and then 12% attack just from traces. What does he do? 4 consecutive attacks, fusion damage. Oh, he's definitely built for Chang Li, isn't he? Okay, that's great, because I really want to use Chang Li. I have nobody to use her with. Okay, fuck yeah. After performing basic attack, stage 2 or 4, hold normal attack to perform heavy attack, Rhapsodic Riff. After performing mid-air stage 4, press normal attack to perform heavy attack, Rhapsodic Riff. Yeah, so basically his style is you're either on the ground or you're in the air. So you have floor mode and then you have air mode. You tap E once to go in the sky, you tap E again to go on the floor. His ult swings a big-ass anchor. I think it gives you a shield and heal. I'm pretty sure that's what it does. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, you do 4 consecutive attacks using stage 1 or stage 2 can make you backflip. Insane. Just not for any particular reason, but just for fun. You can just backflip midair for fun, dealing a shit ton of damage. Very, very, very interesting. Okay, so his basic one is going to do damage. What does his skill 2 do? Launch himself into the air, blast all targets in the area, dealing fusion damage while in midair if Bravo is not full. Resonant skill anchors away is replaced with a plunging attack. Plunge to the target at the cost of stamina, dealing fusion damage, which is considered a basic attack damage. If Brant fails to reach the target with the grapple swing of midair attack stage 1, he instead performs a slash forward after press normal attack before a plunging attack, okay? If Brant reaches the target with the grapple swing midair attack stage 1 or stage 2, but attack fails to hit the target, press normal attack before a plunging attack. So if you miss, you can always plunge. Okay, so more damage, more attacking. Okay, more damage. What does the Forte do? This is usually what makes or break every character. So let's read this in depth. So Brant grants additional attack based on his energy regen. For every 1% of his energy regen over 150, Brant gains an additional 12 points of attack up to 1560. So to maximize that, you are going to want to have, I believe, oh Jesus. Wait, what the fuck? So for every 1% of energy regen over 150, he gains 12. So 130 times 12 is that 1560? 130 times 12 is 1560. Okay, so you're going to want to have 280% energy regen to get the max amount of attack. That's crazy. Just to make sure, does every character have 100% base energy regen? Yes. Okay, so under the presumption that you have his weapon, which is rumored to have 78, you're going to need, what, 104%? Ooh. And then I think the max energy regen you can get on a piece is what? 20%? The new set will give ER. Tidebreaker set gives ER. And the Tidebreaker set is available. 60 of 3-piece, U32 main stat. 30 for 1 piece, so 60. Okay. So everybody's going to want to pre-farm the new set for this guy. Well, the problem is it might not be hard to hit the energy recharge cap, but it's going to be hard to hit the crit rate and crit damage. Like getting good ratios without a weapon, that's going to be really hard. Let me see if I have any of those pieces. Let's see what the new set does that people are saying you're going to want to farm.
I alone will decide whether it's for show or for battle.
Tidebreaking Courage. So this one gives you 10% energy regen. And increase the resonator's attack by 15%. Reaching 250% energy regen. Increase all attribute damage by 30%. All right. That's fucking crazy. I guess what we could do to make it easier is you could run Tidebreak and Courage with 2 of the energy recharge 3 cost. And those give 30 each. And then that's just main stat. And then for sub, you can get 10%. You'd probably want to run crit rate, energy recharge, and then get as much crit rate and crit damage subs as possible, like attack. So probably, yeah, crit rate, crit damage, ER, attack. Yeah. The weapon, I think, is going to give 77. So let's do some fucking math here, right? So if you have 100 base, and then you have the weapon, plus 77, and then you have 2 of the 30s, which is 60, you need 43 more subs. And I believe energy regen on your stats can be between 5 and 10%. So you're going to want to have all 5 having energy regen subs. Oh, plus 10 from the set. Okay. So you're going to want to have 4 of your echoes having energy regen. High rolls of that. Is there a way to check the min energy regen roll to the max energy regen roll to find the exact numbers? Because I have an exact 10% right here. Max ER is 12/4. I always thought this was the max. So then what's the minimum energy regen and what's the max? Talents, there is none from talents. Talents gives you crit rate. Mid 10, high 12/4. 6 is min. Min is 6 to 7. 6.4, I think. Okay. So you're going to want to have about 3 really good echo rolls here. And then you got to get crit rate and crit damage. And then from crit rate, you're going to get 22%, which will probably bring Brant to, because you start off with 5 crit rate, I believe. So then you're at 27. And then you can gain 8 from your talent, so you're at 35. Man, you're going to need perfect echoes for this guy. You're going to need perfect. His weapon gives 16 crit rate. Wait, so his weapon gives you energy regen and crit rate? Yes. SK helps with the crit rate, thankfully. I don't think you'd want to run him with Shorekeeper. Because isn't the whole point of him to be like a new support for Changlei? Because if he heals and shields, why would you want to run him with Shorekeeper? Because he's the healer. You don't need double heals. He's not a true support. If he can heal and shield, he's good enough, man. He's good enough. If you have to, yeah. He's a sub DPS. Yeah, I think he's just going to make you do a fuck ton more damage. So I don't think he needs to heal and shield. I think there's another Fushuan situation. I think he can perform his role completely fine without that. The fusion team will need a 3rd unit. That's true. I mean, this literally might be the hardest unit to build in history. He is going to need so much. So Brant pullers are going to need to be very dedicated.
To which stage
Let's
will
keep going
life
here.
guide us next?
Yeah, so heal all by resonators in the team when Bravo reaches 25, 50,
Whatever it
75,
is,
and 100.
I'll play my role.
I saw that. These heals were pretty meaty. They were pretty fucking meaty. When Bravo's full, replace the resonance skill Anchor Away with Return from Ashes. Consume all Bravo to return from Ashes, dealing fusion damage, doing basic attack damage, and generate a shield. Casting this skill when a flame ends after the Return from Ashes state ends. Yeah. This was a big shield too. So 2,500 shield, which is already great. Plus 9 times per 1% energy regen. So if you're at 280 times 9 that's almost an additional 2,500. So pretty much a 5,000 shield if he's built perfectly. And that's fat. Like, that is fat. And then you have the heal, which happens at 25, 50, 75, and 100. Oh, and that's at level 1. Very good point. That's at level 1. This shield is going to be massive. And then it's 312 plus 1.09% per 1% energy given. So this will heal around 600 a tick at 25, 50, 75, and 100 at level 1. And the shield lasts for 30 seconds, guys. That's nuts. Wow. Okay, and then we have the ult, which slams you with a big ol' anchor. Yeah, deal fusion damage to target in range and heal all by resonators in the team before entering a flame state. Can be cast midair and it looks awesome. Shield is almost 10k at level 10. That's ridiculous. The efficiency of gaining Bravo increased by 100% when normal attack and resonant skill anchors away, hits the target. Meanwhile, 4 days later, theatrical moment is replaced by My Moment. Brant gains additional attack based on his energy regen. For every 1% of his energy regen over 150, gains 20 points of attack up to 2,600. That's fucking ridiculous. And the healing is 500 plus 1.75% per 1% energy regen. This will be around an additional 4,800 healing at level 1. I think the people saying you need to run him as Shorekeeper for more healing are just wrong. Genuinely, I think they're just wrong. I think he can fulfill the support role all by himself. Because that is so much. All right, then healing gets increased by another 20%. And then he gets resistance to mid-air attacks. I think Brant might be one of the best units in the game if you can build him right. And I think Brant is so ridiculous to build, it's kind of an all-in or don't bother. Let me see what his Idolons do.
To which stage
Let's see if his
will life-
Idolons make him easier to build.
To which stage will life guide us next?
Outro skill? Sure, let's peep it. Amplify the incoming resonance damage by 20% and resonance skill by 25%. So this will be amazing for Cheng-Li. Absolutely. So E1 is temporarily causes nearby targets to stagnate while casting. The stagnation effect is removing Brant and switch off the field. After he casts intro, Brant's damage dealt increased by 20% for 5 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. All right, so E1 if you want him to be your damage dealer, or even more so of a damage dealer. And then this one will do casting midair attack, return magic gets increased Brant's crit rate by 30%. Jesus. Yeah, so it looks like every Idolon is pushing him towards the main DPS and sub DPS. Brant's outro skill is the course set gains a new enhancement. When resident skill cast with the incoming resonator hits a target within 20 seconds after Brant's outro skill, Brant blasts the target, dealing fusion damage equal to 440% of Brant's attack. This might grant him an additional animation. That's really good. More multipliers. This one gives him more HP and shields. I think a lot of people are going to stop at E2. I think he'll be fine at E0 for his sub DPS support damage roll. But I think this is going to be a character that you're going to need to have his weapon. Otherwise, it's going to be just such a pain in the ass to build him right. Support in Wuwa is usually related to having a team-wide outro that's not lost on swapping. His is lost, so maybe that's where the disagreement comes from. Yeah, maybe. I think Brant is going to be fucking awesome, but I think he's going to be really hard to play and really hard to build. I think the Brant Cheng-Li team is going to be very high skill cap to play. Very interesting. I think there's only one of 2 options. Either he's broken or he's bricked, and there is no in between. Oh my God, we get to play as Gay Boy. Oh, we can't look at his skills? Okay, let's see how funny he is. All right. He laughs at them in combat. Oh, bro, that's so cool. Oh, fuck, hold up. Okay, hit me. Oh, bro, that's so, ow! I like the laughing while fighting, that's really good. I think that speaks a lot to his character. What the fuck?
Same actor, different role. It's but a splash.
Damn, bro! I'm getting my ass whooped though, low key. Hold up.
Treasure. Let the flames rise.
Bro, the aerial combat looks nuts.
It's but a splash.
Fuck, dude, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, dude, he's gonna be very hard for the enemies to deal with. Since he can stay in the air, oh my God, bro, the grab mechanics look crazy. So I think he has an aerial form and then a ground form. Yes, if you press E once, you get airbound, and you press E twice, you go in the air.
Same actor, different role. In the limelight. No worries.
And it looks like he's giving you a shield. And we're getting healed by something too. Wait, is Brant a healer and a shielder? Is he a support? He shields, heals, and buffs? Brant might be broken.